Okay, thank you, Hannah, for joining me.
You're welcome.
My idea is a factual program on the life of Ben Harmon. He was neglected at birth, causing him to be disabled, and I want to do a factual program on his life. Obviously, you know Ben very well, as you have been one of his carers for how many years?
About 5 now.
5. Well,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So my first question is, why do you like this idea? What do you like about it?
I think it's really interesting. It's different. You get documentaries about animals and serial killers and things like that, but I think that Ben's story is so unique, and I think that's why this is such a great idea. That there are so many people in a situation like Ben that's different. So it's similar but different, and I think that, but it's not widely known that there are families out there that go through things like this. That there are people that are going through it. Ben, and I think it's really interesting to be able to get that out and shared with the world.
Okay, thank you. My second is, do you watch a lot of documentaries in general, or are you not really?
I go through stages. Sometimes yes, sometimes it really depends on the topic matter.
Okay. So what style of documentary? So the first one, it'd be a narration kind of style. So it'd be me with a voiceover explaining what's going on on the screen. So say I'm filming Ben playing on his trike or playing with a frisbee or a football. Or would you, or the second one, would you prefer it if the presenter, sorry, I can't get my words out. If the presenter was on the screen, actually, and you could see, or the third one, would you prefer if it was just imagery, so there was no music, no sound effects, or and there was no distractions? You just want to focus on what's on the screen. Which one would you prefer?
I think a combination of the two. I think sometimes the presenter, if they're on the screen, can almost detract from what it is that you're trying to watch and trying to learn about. I quite like the narration over it because it can just give that added part to the story. It makes it feel stronger. It's not interrupting, but it might be explaining what it is that's being watched. Music and sound effects can have quite a good point. I mean, if Ben was playing on his trike, there's no reason why there couldn't be some sort of upbeat music over it. And actually Ben himself loves to listen to music, so the fact that would incorporate it, I think that would sort of show Ben off almost with the way music and laughter and that kind of sound effects were added in. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And my last question is, what would you add to this documentary to interest you to watch it? Because I know you have a lot of experience in care for a long time, and in a documentary, what would you add to it to make it interest you?
I always think it's great in a documentary when people that were directly involved speak, whether that might be the neighbour of something, or in this case individual members of Ben's family, as well as his carers, maybe some people from school, but I think basically people that are directly involved, but as well, I think it's always great when, as much as they're speaking, you get to see. I know in some documentaries they have to do reenactments of situations, because obviously it wasn't filmed at the time, and I think the more that can be shown of Ben in his day to day, so people can actually see what's going on rather than it just being sort of a story told, it becomes more real, I think, when you can see what's happening.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.